Get your daily dose of inspiration through our music. Follow JustCom PH on Spotify and JustCom Music in YouTube.
Calling on all young male professionals. Do you wish to live an extraordinary life? Are you tired of the routine and mundane and long for a dynamic, adventurous, and even dangerous life? Do you wish to make your life count and hope to make an impact long after you're gone? Do you wish to live a life of service to society, to country, and to dear Mother Earth? Then you are the one we are looking for. Consider the Society of Jesus. Join the Church's gallant army and turn your world upside down. Call the Jesuits Vocations Promotions Team 426-6101, local 3406. Once again, 426-6101, local 3406.
Baka naman pwede.
Baka naman pwede.
Baka naman pwede.
Mga isyung napapanahon, ating pag-usapan.
Baka naman pwede.
Gamit ang mga pananaw mula sa iba't ibang kalinangan.
Baka naman pwede.
Mula sa Institute of Philippine Culture, kami inyong samahan, tayo'y maghuntahan. Dito lang sa
Baka naman pwede.
Tuwing Huwebes, alas 3 ng hapon, dito lang sa Radyo Katipunan, 87.9 FM.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. The voice of W Eagle kami, di mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay atenista, sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng eskwela. Radyo, radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Katipunan. Kawal ni Ignacio, Katipunero sugod. Todo sa kayod, tulong at tulong. Ipag Blue Eagle, galing hiting at tigil. Blue and white, one big fight. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan.
Coming up next, the music class on Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
Katipunan.
Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Mapipigil sa pagbabalitang tumpak at tama. Buhay atenista, sa loob sa labas ng eskwela, ating ibibida lahat ng eskwela. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, Katipunan. Ignacio, Katipunero sugod. Todo sa kayon, tulong at tulong. Lipat na Blue Eagle, galing hindi nagigil. Blue and white, one big fight. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo, 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 Katipunan. Radyo,
It's time for the music class. Join us for an evening of learning music and appreciating the art behind every hum, tune, and beat. Listen to engaging performances and insights from some of the top and upcoming musicians in the scene today. Tune in every Tuesday evening here on the music class. Let the music class begin.
Walang sound. Isang mapagpalang gabi po sa inyong lahat. Welcome to the music class. This is your only music education class on air and live streaming. This is your radio maestro, Professor Jonathan Arevalo, also Prof Batanes. And together with me is my co-host, Miss Mary R.J. Max. Good evening, Mary R.J.
Yes, good evening, sir. And maayong gabi. Good evening with love to the max to our dearest viewers and listeners here at Radyo Katipunan 87.9 FM.
Yes, and we are live. We are also live on Facebook at the Radyo Katipunan page and also at the Ateneo de Manila University page. We are also live on YouTube. And tonight, this is our first time here at the new studio of Radio Katipunan here at the Jescom building, at Sonolux building. And we have with us two very special people. Well, the first one who just played for our introduction is Ryan Fang Uy. Ryan is an alumnus of the Ateneo de Manila University, and he is an entrepreneur and a pianist. And unfortunately, we don't have a real piano here. But thank you, Ryan, for thank you for playing just a little bit for this program. And our special guest, our surprise guest, since we only learned about it today. Yesterday, he wasn't part of our poster, but we are so lucky to have an international concert pianist, a Juilliard-trained pianist by the name of Mr. Ming Xie. Good evening. Okay, so shall we start?
Well, yes, sir. At first, before we start with all the questions for this evening, we would like to ask for you to introduce yourselves to our dearest audience and listeners here at Radio Katipunan.
Okay, so let's have your mics. Are all your mics ready? Okay.
So maybe I'll start.
Okay.
So as Sir Jonathan said, actually, he was my teacher back in Ateneo. So that was 15 years ago.
Oh, grabe. 5 years ago lang yun. Grabe.
Sorry, I don't want to reveal your age.
The joke lang.
I studied at Ateneo. I studied the business management honors. And I was very lucky that it was during my, I think it was my junior year that you guys started the music literature program.
Yes, 2009?
Yeah.
Was it? Yeah, around
So
that
I was
time.
one of the first ones to actually, enjoy that. And after that, I continued on learning music. So now I'm an entrepreneur, so I'm a businessman. But I still love to play piano, and I think a big part of that is also learning from teachers like Sir Jonathan, and that's why I'm here, because he asked me to come here and speak. So I'm an amateur pianist, and I actually was attended a masterclass by Ming last Sunday. Yeah, so I was like, okay, he's here, and then he's here on his tour. He was here playing in Manila Pianos. So I invited him to come over. So because I think it's also a good opportunity for us to hear from him.
Yes, talagang man for others.
Wow,
Si
yes.
Ryan. So, you know, the Ateneans, they're known for that. Man for others. Okay. Yeah. So
That's something that I haven't been told.
okay.
Yeah. Hi everybody, I am Ming.
Hello,
and I play piano. I'm not a businessman. I wish I could, but I don't have the
I wish
bread
I
for
was a
that.
pianist,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
okay. No, so that's why I call you Ming tonight. I am Ryan. Yeah. Well, I'm his wingman for tonight. I just woke up and receiving this message from Ming that I said, okay, I'll join you. All right, so voila, here I am.
Wow. We'd like to ask, how did you two know each other? Like,
This is our third day to knowing each other after he played in my masterclass.
wow, so you just met and
Yeah.
amazing.
And so that's very kind of you and nice to come over here. You know, for your stature. I know you come from. Yes, because I know like Juilliard up there, right?
He's my
outside.
Yeah. Oh, okay. But really, let's maybe. Okay, so both of you studied the piano, but two different types of studying. Like for Ryan, it was just
a hobby,
a
personal interest.
right?
But I think, sir, I have to clarify.
Okay.
Actually, that's why I wanted the poster. I was saying that Ming should have a separate photo because we're beside each other. I said, I'm nowhere near his level. Like,
Come
Ming
on, no, you are the
like,
businessman in
nowhere
here.
near he's playing. So he's played with the best orchestras in the world. He's played the most difficult repertoires. You know, but I love music. So but yeah. So I learned the piano because I love the piano, but I'm nowhere near the way he's playing. Yeah.
No, but we were only in the same poster because we are the guests for tonight. Yeah, it should be in the same poster. Otherwise,
And you know, since this is the music class, we wanted our viewers, our listeners, to learn. You know, what is the difference? You know, what is the difference between somebody who is studying as a hobby and somebody like you? Who probably were a child prodigy or
no, I wasn't. I started as a hobby.
Oh,
Yeah, you
really?
probably started
Wow!
as a-
Look at
as a
that.
business. Yeah, I
That's
started as a
getting
hobby for
interesting.
sure. I haven't decided to become a concert pianist until I was 19. Yeah.
Oh,
so
that's
before then,
something.
okay, I just play, practice, and travel. Yeah.
We would like to ask, how were you able to pursue music like during 19 years old?
Like why I
When you
decided.
were
Yeah, like why?
19,
Yes, when you were 19.
were you in college?
Yes, yeah, I was already a second year student at the Juilliard. The time I just entered Sergei Babayan's studio, who is I can say the most influential musician or person in my life. So that's the moment I decided I really want to dedicate my life to this.
But you really wanted Juilliard. Was that your goal?
No.
Your first choice?
No, I just ended up there. No,
Oh,
that wasn't
okay.
my goal.
Okay.
That's the only school I applied. And I just went there, yes, because I got invited to do the audition. So I went there, I see, okay, if I don't do this, probably I become a businessman. Just kidding, I couldn't, I don't have the brain for that. Yeah, so yeah, somehow I just ended up living in New York for 7 years.
7 years. Okay.
Yeah, I was there since my high school.
Okay.
Wow. I mean, I'm just amazed. It's really an honor to be here tonight and hearing.
It's my honor to be here in this very university, really.
Prior to New York, were you living? Which city were you?
I was born and raised in Chengdu. That's a capital city of Sichuan province.
Okay.
That's in the southwestern of China.
Okay.
Yeah, very close to here, actually.
Very close.
Yeah,
Okay.
I flew here from my home, Chengdu, here this time.
So, how different is it to Shanghai or Beijing?
The place where I'm from?
Yes,
Oh,
yeah.
very different. Like people in Shanghai and in Beijing are very workaholic. Shall I say that? Is that able for me to say that? Okay. Anyway, I said it. Well, people from my village. It's not village. It's a huge city. It's a mega city. People are chilled in there. People are super
Okay.
chill, and I call it Florida. It's really like the Florida of China, the Sichuan.
Okay.
So that's
So-
where the panda and all the spicy food come from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, I also wanted to ask Ming, were your parents supportive of you pursuing the arts?
Of course, yeah. I get to do whatever I want to, so I'm very grateful for that.
Well, okay, so Ryan, you started quite late as well.
Quite late, yeah. So I think similar to most people, it was actually my sisters who started learning first. So it's usually like the other siblings, and then the ones who didn't get the piano lessons, you're the one who end up pursuing it. So it was my sisters first who learned how to learn the piano. Then they eventually got tired of it. So then I got the lessons that they didn't use.
Okay.
But my parents weren't really actively pushing me or encouraging me to pursue music. But of course, now that I'm older, I kind of also understand why they did that, because they were also like, of course, it's a very different environment. Here in the Philippines, the industry is very different. But I'm also lucky that my parents also were not actively discouraging me. Like, they weren't stopping me from pursuing it. So when I was in college, that's the time when I studied with my first formal teacher, which is Anthony Sai. And he started like introducing me to these like concerts, recitals, and yeah. So it's been an ongoing journey for me. So that's why I'm actually, even now, I'm already working. I'm already 35. So I'm actually thinking of doing another recital actually here in Ateneo. But it's more for for me, it's also a way for me to improve my playing. And at the same time also, music has such a big impact on me that I feel that maybe if I play, maybe 50% of the people will be bored to death, but maybe one or two of them will be inspired and say, I want to do that too. Because I was one of those students before that watches like these recitals and concerts, and I was inspired to say, I want to be like them. And when I watched like Ming performing, I was like, I want to be I want to be in that stage and perform. It's because it's such a different experience. Yeah.
Yeah, I was the one who got inspired from my teacher, so I completely understand why you are doing that, and it's very nice of you to do that too.
Okay. Well, before we continue, I'm sure we have a lot of questions for Ming. But before we continue, I'd like to play this video from 6 years ago, because this is something unique. And it's my first time hearing this composer, Speech of Clouds. Pesson, how do you pronounce that?
Gérard Pesson.
Okay.
It's a French composer.
Oh, okay. It's a French composer, and let's watch this and listen to this performance of Ming. No, that's not the one. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
That's not the one. Kuya Jo, hindi yan. Yeah, hindi pwedeng ano. Yeah, we always have a mistake. Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Yes, we just
See?
heard an amazing performance from an international concert pianist. With that, we'd like to ask also, since you've been attending and joining a lot of competitions and performances, what is your process of preparing emotionally, mentally, and physically for your big performances?
Emotionally, I don't get the chance to prepare because I'm always like, if I'm playing, well, there are of course times that I don't want to play. For those times, maybe I find an excuse for myself too. Yeah, but most of the time I get very excited to play, which I'm very happy about it because there, when you go onto the stage, it's very different than off stage. Yeah, and I like to share my music with people. Physically, I'm very active. I'm just very energetic. Yeah, somebody named Ming. Yeah, I throw my energy to everywhere.
Do you get nervous when you play?
Oh yes, all the time, and that's a good sign because for me, if I don't get nervous, I play very bad. But if I'm nervous, I can play very nice that night. Yes, I have to get myself nervous, so I have espresso.
Well, what's did you also study all the? Well, I know we're not playing any of the big great composers here, right? So all the Beethoven sonatas, the Mozart sonatas, all the concertos. I'm sure you all did that when you were in high school, or you were.
No, come on, I'm still learning. I'm still in the learning process. I'm a lifelong student. Compared in front of those maestros.
But what makes you learn new pieces? Like, I mean, new composers.
Yeah, the contemporary music. Yes, I love playing contemporary music. One reason I think is because I'm playing for people who are living 100 years after. So I'm not playing for the audiences for now. It's for the people later. It's like how I appreciate the music of last century that I didn't get a chance to understand, but I gradually start to understand. I see the trace that they tribute to the ancients and they have their ideas. And yeah, so I also like to play modern music because we have to learn new pieces. We have to challenge ourselves. I have to challenge myself. Yes.
But currently, you're no longer studying with a teacher, or
no, I'm with myself.
So when you were studying with a teacher, who chose your pieces? Was it Mr. Babayan or?
Yeah, I was the one to choose pieces I want to play because I can only play pieces that I want to play. Otherwise, I don't get it. Of course, this is based on that I've already learned all the repertoire, like the core repertoire of the piano literature. And so then I get a chance to play pieces like that. But that was assigned by my teacher, Sergei Babayan. That piece we just heard, the Girard, the Speech of the Cloud. That is a very difficult piece to play and to memorize. And he gave me this piece. I was entering a competition, and this piece was for the competition because we need a contemporary piece. And but I didn't know that I have to memorize this piece. But turns out I didn't read the regulation very carefully. They said, oh, everybody has to memorize everything. So I really panicked and I learned this piece. But I think I played well. So I'm happy about it.
You did. Very amazing.
Yeah. Well, Ryan, I think you will have a lot of experience learning pieces and then bring onto the stage. It's like you are having your first, your upcoming recital in June in here. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Ryan, you're.
Yeah. So what are you playing this June?
I'm actually
Go ahead.
So I actually want to learn more about modern composers, but I don't know if that's something that happens here a lot. That's why we want artists like Ming who would come here and introduce us to these new composers. But for me, I'll be playing all Beethoven program. So it's part of this concert series that's being organized by Richard C. Facunda, who's also who handles the Double Pentagon concert series. So I'm playing.
But you will be doing it here in the Ateneo, at the Ateneo?
I want to do it in Ateneo because I've done a recital in UST, in Saint Scholastica, but never in Ateneo.
Okay.
So Dean Jonathan Chua, the former
dean of
the School of
Humanities.
He invited me to play in one of the graduation ceremony. I played for him, and he was like, you should do a recital here. And I was like, why haven't I think about doing a recital here? So that's why we're planning something up on June 14 actually, Saturday. So yeah.
What you're playing Beethoven first concerto.
The concerto number 1.
And then what other Beethoven pieces?
I'll be playing the Sonata number 12, the A flat major. So the concept is really from darkness to light, like how Beethoven is. Like the first one is actually the Funeral March, which actually shows Beethoven's kind of despair, and then the concerto number 1 is the light. So it's full of hope. It's in C major, it's in a bright kind of like key. So it's just like full of emotions and just seeing that full spectrum of Beethoven's, personality and depth. So yeah.
And then after the sonata, what's next?
That's it, sonata and the concerto. And
sonata and the concerto.
Yeah.
And then surprise for the encore.
Yeah.
Maybe he'll be playing the Switch of Cloud.
I can't play that.
I cannot spoil
No,
it.
it's like all Beethoven recital, yeah.
But yeah, let's see if people want an encore, then maybe maybe there'll be one. Wow. Yeah.
I think that's great. You see, this is we call chord repertoire. Like, it's very nice to play to tribute to a composer that is so great, and we still pay our tribute to him today.
What did he play for you for the master class?
Beethoven Concerto number 1, the third movement.
Third movement.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I think I saw snippets of the
yeah, and he played that on his birthday. Yeah. That was his birthday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Imagine how a guy loves music can go to a master class on the birthday.
And your master classes are 3 days straight?
2 days.
2 days.
Yeah, 2 days.
And today's the 3rd day.
Is this considered as a master
class? the time
well,
that you
I'm getting
each other.
educated.
Okay. When did you? Well, I know you're a concert pianist, but not all concert pianists love to teach.
Oh, I love to teach. I think the reason why I love to teach is because I had great teachers. I had great maestros who I'm able to work with. And I got so inspired from them, and this cannot stop me to not share my passion to the next generation. Or to some generation that's in my generation, for example, the guy next to me. Yes, so I love teaching very much.
Do you have regular piano students in New York?
No, yes, I do. And I already have my student who got into Juilliard too, yes.
Oh, wow, that's okay.
Yeah, so I really like to teach.
Okay.
Yeah.
Speaking of master classes, would you like to give some words to inspire young musicians who'd like to also pursue music?
Yes, just do what you like. If you are really into music, you will be ended up like Ryan. He's still giving recitals, and he's having his own career and giving recitals. That is not very common. So I think, just do what you like.
Yeah. I think that sometimes I see like people who are being pushed by their parents to study music. I wasn't like that. I actually was the one who wanted to
Me
pursue.
neither.
So I think and even like the repertoire that I wanted to play, and the good thing I had, the teacher was also very supportive. So he said, these are the standard repertoire you need to learn. Then he would say, okay, what are the pieces that you wanted to learn? So it allowed me to really just pursue the music that I wanted to learn. So so just pursue what you want. Yeah. And I think attend a lot more concerts, and then you'll get exposed to more of this music, and then you'll get more inspired. Yeah.
But which comes you're an entrepreneur.
Okay, that's my next question.
That's your question. Sige, sige.
No, sorry.
I'm just curious kasi, diba? How do you balance practicing and your business? You can mention your business if you want. We're curious, how do you do that? Or do you have your own time as a businessman?
So I started with corporate. So I went to banking and then consulting. The work hours were crazy, especially in consulting. And I wanted to do something on my own. And I wanted to create a business that can give me some balance, that allows me to pursue my passion. So, my employees would all say that I'm always like strict, 5 p.m., let's not do overtime. And then go and pursue what you want. And that's how I do it. So after 5 p.m., I'll be practicing. So I'll have 2-3 hours a day. Then that would be a good day for me to practice. Yeah.
I love the level of discipline and the time management skills.
Well, this is for both of you, this question. What about stability? Because when somebody studies music and decides to be a performer, okay, well, you have to think of financial stability. What about paying the bills, food and everything? Whereas Ryan here, I mean, he has the business. So how do you
I manage to pay my bills?
How do you manage?
Well, I teach.
Yes, exactly.
I play too.
Okay. Ryan, I know that this has been a big issue to a lot of Filipino musicians because when we heard that some people say, just make music a hobby and even though you have that passion because you don't have money in music. So what's your advice to that?
I feel that if you really love what you're doing, and if you get really good at what you're doing, you will people will see that. People will see your value. I've seen a lot of very successful musicians here who have established themselves in the Philippines, like as a teacher. Like one of them is my teacher, Anthony Sais, done very well. Very good teacher, very good pedagogue. But different as for performing as well. If you love to perform, it's a different scenario. I feel that Southeast Asia or Philippines, or maybe the Philippines per se, is a very small market. Like when we go to concerts, you pretty much know everyone because these are the people that you always see. That's why I think it's so important for us to keep on inspiring people to join and support these artists. And that's why if I had the chance to to help out and to promote music, I would do it. So I feel that's I cannot teach. I'm not a teacher.
You can teach finance.
I teach finance in Ateneo, but I can't teach music because I feel that it's something that's so transcendental that I don't know how to teach it properly. But so as a performer, I know that I'm very realistic. Like I feel that I can have more impact in the Philippines, doing a business than being a performer. If I were born in a different place, if I had the opportunity to go to Juilliard or abroad to study, and if I were younger, I would probably pursue a performing career. I would, but I'm also very realistic and also trying to figure out where I can have most impact to people. Yeah.
Okay.
That's so nice of you to be very supportive to the local artists. So that's why I sit here to support you, because I really respect the ethics you do for the artists. Yeah, and I think that's very good, very nice to help out this community.
My next question did you have a question? No, my next question to the both of you. Well, another question is, what about playing non-classical music? Look, playing pop. Ming first. Do you play pop music?
I play jazz.
Oh, you do?
Oh, I love jazz.
Like, with what kind of, like Herbie Hancock?
That's too advanced. Keith Jarrett.
Oh, Keith Jarrett.
Yeah, sorry,
okay.
Keith. I play Bill Evans. Yeah,
okay.
Keith Jarrett.
But when you play jazz, is it something you play by ear or you have the score, you learn it?
Both.
Both.
Yeah,
okay.
and I used to have a jazz trio in my high school.
Wow,
yeah,
cool.
we play those composers who composed for our trio. Yes, as a Juilliard pre-college student. Yes, and I love jazz very much. Yeah.
Ryan?
I do play pop. I mean, I feel that music is universal. A lot of the pop music actually are also inspired by classical pieces. Like if you listen to the Beatles, a lot of their songs are inspired by Bach.
Yes.
So I feel that there's also one way of exposing people to classical music and music in general. So I do play pop, but of course my go-to would always be classical. Yeah.
Well, I do not play pop, but I sing pop.
Oh, there you go. Well, actually, there's a reason why I asked you that, because the next video that I chose is from a famous Korean, Crash Landing,
Landing.
which is you can actually find this on YouTube when you search Ryan Uy Pianist or Ryan Uy Piano. So I'd like our viewers and listeners to witness this one and maybe check on some of Ryan's other YouTube videos. Okay, so this is Crash Landing.
Question for both of you. Before that, we'd also like to invite the viewers and the listeners. If you have any comments or if you have any questions for our dearest guests, please feel free to leave them down below in the comment section of our Facebook page. All right, so back to you, our dearest guests. My question is, how do you see music in your life moving forward? Do you plan to focus more on performances, or for Ming, teaching master classes, and for Ryan, the finance, entrepreneurship? So, or do you want to explore more other things aside from these stuff?
I forgot who said it, but they say that lifetime is not enough for music. There's just too much repertoire, and so many beautiful to learn all of the repertoire, right? So I feel that music will always be a part of me. And I think, I was actually asking Ming, if you get older, do you get better? And actually, we were talking about Martha Argerich, who has played before for her. And then he was saying that her technique, now that she's in her 80s, still actually gets better and better. So hopefully, I get older, I get better. And I think piano or music in general is really it's never going to end. It's really a continuous process. And it's always going to be part of you.
Yeah, I completely agree what Ryan said, and I think I'll stick with music, for the rest of my life. I like music, I like art. If I don't do music, or if I don't play piano, I probably ended up becoming a opera singer, because I love to sing.
Oh.
Yes, I love to act too.
Oh, I wish I had known that so that you could give us a...
Yes,
not for today. Not for tonight.
So you're
I'll save my debut for the Metropolitans.
Okay. But you want to stay in New York City for a long time or a house?
No, I only stayed there for 7 years. Then I relocated myself to London.
Oh, you're now based in London.
And now I'm based in China, in Beijing and in Chengdu. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
How many years in London? Yeah.
3.
Oh, 3.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. How different is it?
Oh, it's so different. It's very different for me, for a foreigner who stayed in U.S. in New York only for 7 years, then to London. Yeah, but gladly they all speak English.
Yes.
How about music-wise? Is it like different from New York?
Music-wise, we play the same music. Yeah, it's Mozart, Beethoven, Rachmaninoff. But yeah, people, I would say the audiences have different taste. Let's say that. Yeah, they have different tastes.
Does that affect your performances?
No,
Wow.
no.
Okay.
Yeah, I do what I do. They get to listen.
Okay.
Yeah, good. Well, before we continue, I want to just check our viewers. The first one who's watching is Hector Martinez. He's a pianist, actually, based in New York, and an Ateneo high school alumnus, a friend of mine. Jomar Duran, another one. And then Katrina Colliantes Lim, she's the mother of my piano student, Franco. And this is Judge Pasiwagan from Batanes, yeah, watching here up north. So these are some of the viewers. And later on, I want to mention this episode will be, you can watch the replay.
No
way. Yes, exactly. And you can actually reply to the comments
For
of
how
the
long?
viewers.
For how long?
Forever.
Forever?
It's
Oh my
actually-
God.
yeah. So it's actually
now.
Yeah.
No. I'm okay. I'm here. I'm supporting what you are doing.
Yeah, exactly.
You are my role model.
How did you end up performing here in the Philippines? By the way, I wanted to ask you that. Yeah.
There is a conductor from Singapore named Darryl Ang who played here million times. And he is the artist director and the principal conductor in my hometown orchestra, Sichuan Symphony Orchestra. We met each other in Russia many years ago in 2017, playing together, not playing together, but playing together in the same festival, the Mariinsky Far East Music Festival. And he played the night before, and then we somehow just ended up playing together. So we played a lot of repertoire. Yeah, so then he asked me, do you want to play E Manila? I said, okay, I've never been there. Okay, let's do it. So I ended up coming and giving a program I curated only for Manila. Yeah.
So you also gave a concert here in Manila.
I did. I played a recital here.
When was this?
This was 2 nights ago.
Saturday
Yeah.
at Manila Piano.
Yes. That was
You were were you presented by
Double Pentagon.
Yeah, Double
Double
And-
Pentagon. Okay.
Yeah.
And yeah. Yes.
Okay. And what was your repertoire?
I played 13 composers. Shall we list them? Okay, well, I started with Scrabble. I started with something that I composed myself, then Scrabble. Then I played like Monpo, Debussy, Liadov, Rachmaninoff, Volodos, Ravel, and Glinka, Barakirev. Yeah.
Liadov and Mompu are rarely played here
Oh
in the
yeah,
Philippines.
yeah, yes, and so that's why I really want to bring these composers to here.
This coming March 14, she's probably the only Filipina who has won a prize for Tchaikovsky.
Yeah.
Buena Arieta.
Yes.
I know she does play Liadov. March 14, she will be presented. She's playing with the Philippine
CCP.
Philharmonic Orchestra, and yeah, I know she was the one who actually introduced us to this music, Liadov, Lyapunov, all of that.
right,
But
yeah.
you said the first piece was your own composition?
Yeah, yes, I lead that piece to the Scrabble. I got
But
the
what's this composition? What is the style?
It's just a prelude. It's just a prelude. Inspired.
Scriabin style or
No, Bach style.
Bach style. Wow.
Because Scrabble was hugely influenced by Bach, especially the pieces that I played were the preludes.
Is this available on YouTube now? Your composition?
It's unlisted yet. Yeah.
Oh,
so
okay.
I'll be
I hope
becoming
we
like
can listen
oh
to
yeah,
that.
for sure. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I can send them.
Okay.
For Ryan, do you also compose songs?
No, unfortunately, I don't have that talent. I feel it's a different world. Yeah, different. Yeah. So I yeah, no.
But memorizing, I saw your YouTube list, and some of them are really memorized when you play. Like, how do you do that? Like, you can do both classical, pop, and all memorized.
I think this is where the music classes that we had in Ateneo help. I think it's important to also have a basic understanding of music theory, and then once you understand like the chords, the progressions, it's easier to memorize. So yeah, I think there's also a way to actually memorize. So there's a technique on how to do it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh, can you tell us more about your future performances aside from the one that you'll have a recital this June? And also for Ming, what are your future plans?
My next program would be 24 Preludes by Scriabin and 24 Preludes of Chopin played in one concert. So that's 48 Preludes. Yeah, I see the huge influence from Chopin to Scriabin, especially to this work. So I want to bring the two sets together and play together. Yeah, I also play concerto. Yeah.
Are you playing this for a concert or you're?
Yeah. I play for concerts. Yes.
And recording it as well, or?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, that's another thing I wanted to ask you. How is the recording industry in Chengdu and in the UK? Where how are you doing with that? Are you?
Oh, I don't publish my recording. I just do my recordings. Probably, I save for people 100 years later.
Oh,
yeah, I do myself recordings. Yes, yeah, I record myself to give myself comment, to be critical on my own. Yeah.
Okay.
How about you, Ren? Do you have any future plans of performances?
So I'm playing on June 14 in Escalier Hall. But like my dream is actually to play all the Beethoven concertos. So I've played number 3. I'm gonna play number 1. Sir Jonathan Chu was asking me to play number 5, the Emperor Concerto. So hopefully I get that chance. I just love Beethoven and love his music. I feel he's such an inspiration. So I really I was telling my piano teacher right now, Denise, that my goal is like play all the Well-Tempered Clavier, the book 1 and book 2, Beethoven sonatas, Beethoven concertos. Then I'm done. I can be fine. Like I can die. I just want to learn.
Studying with Denise now.
I'm studying with Denise. So I also wanted to support like these young pianists who studied abroad, and bringing new ideas here. So she's an amazing teacher too. So I really love learning from her.
I do remember the late Aris Cases performing the 5 Beethoven concertos
and conducting it
but
in one night.
Yes, but I know when I was in college, I bought the score of the Beethoven Violin Concerto arranged by Beethoven for piano and orchestra.
Yes.
It was a big score. And then I also have the score of his early E-flat major concerto. I have the score to that. So technically he has 7 piano concertos. Yeah, I
That's right.
I haven't heard the other 2.
Yeah, the E-flat one is quite interesting because it kind of sounds like Mozart. Yeah, but it's quite interesting to learn. Yeah.
I hope I could also learn it one day.
What about you, Ming? Any orchestral performances? You've worked a lot with Daryl Ann, right?
Yeah. Because I was the artist in residence to this orchestra. I was there for 2 years. We toured Rock 3. I actually played a complete Rachmaninoff concerto with this orchestra. So 5 of them. I also gave Asian premiere of John Corigliano piano concerto.
Oh, that's
a first time in Asia. We played in Hangzhou. Yeah, we played a lot. We played Gershwin, we played Poulenc, Saint-Saëns, what else? Prokofiev, and Ravel, and also Beethoven. Yeah.
Chamber music? Any chamber music?
Oh yes, yeah. I'm having a chamber music this year that I curated this program again by my own. It's all French music. I'm playing Ravel trio, and I played many times before because it's a year of Ravel, and Ravel is one of my favorite composers. Ravel for the second half, and we start with the Poulenc trio for piano and wind. Then it's the Debussy trio, which is very rarely played. Yeah, Debussy trio in G major, but it's a great pure puberty masterpiece that Debussy composed when he was very young in Florence.
Okay.
Yes, maybe I think this will be my last question, but what has been the most challenging competition or recital or any musical experience you have faced, and how were you able to overcome it?
Après tout.
Or baka no challenges?
What was the most challenging one? I don't know. I always feel that it's always a new challenge. Like even for this recital, like, you know, just I think just learning the piece and then just making it your own. Every piece is difficult. I like for me classical is super difficult. It's not just about just playing the right notes, but really understanding the music and being able to communicate that. So I think everything is difficult, honestly. Yeah.
Well, for me, is the most challenging thing would be that I don't feel myself on stage. That's very challenging for me. There are certain moments that, of course, when I sit on the piano on stage and I say, okay, what do we do tonight? But still you have to pull out the entire concert. But there were moments that I can't inspire myself. Yeah. So that could be very challenging.
Wow. And how were you able to overcome those challenges?
I think I can understand what Ming was saying. It's because like music, when you perform it, it's not just you playing. It's actually the audience as well, right? You have to love the audience. It's almost like you're communicating with them.
That's right.
So sometimes there are audiences that are quite challenging that you don't feel connected with them.
Yes.
So,
totally.
Yeah.
So it's like music is a new language in communicating with the audience.
Oh yeah, for sure. So the audiences are very important as well. Mm-hmm.
It's much more tougher for you because you go with tour and then you don't know these audiences, right?
No. I don't have to
We
know
have
them.
a question here from Rosemary Khan Hugo. How about doing Olivier Messiaen? Have you done Messiaen?
I only played his etude, only one of them, the first one, the Eat the Fool. Yeah, the Island of Fire. I only played this, yeah, that's it.
Also, greetings from La Arnie Don Ilan. Okay. Any other greetings?
So far,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah. Anyway, so before we end tonight's program, okay, any final greetings? Do you want to greet anybody?
Shout out.
New friends that you met here in the Philippines? I want to acknowledge Dr. Lim Hoco, who's also here with us tonight. He's been a supporter of when I was part of the board of the Piano Teachers Guild of the Philippines. I know through his mother was a concert pianist, and we did have a Mozart competition, and I know he has been supporting a lot of Filipino pianists as well. Okay. I also want to mention that this coming March 1 and 2, we're going to have the Cebu International Piano Conference. We have for the fourth year now, we have a Music Teachers Network Alliance Philippines. This is an organization that for all teachers, not just piano, but different instruments. But MTNA Cebu, MTNA Visayas Division is sponsoring an international piano conference. I'm actually part of it, but the other professors are from the University of the Philippines, Professor April Misa and Professor Michelle Nicolasora. So this will be at the University of Southern Philippines in Cebu. I hope you can...
Visaya.
Yes.
That's where Dr. Linju Rene is from.
Yes.
Visaya.
And I'm also looking forward to going to the sandbars in Cebu and the beaches. Although Batanes is still the best for me. If you get to visit Batanes, where I am currently from, I live in Batanes.
Me, I'm from Cebu.
Oh, she's from Cebu.
Okay.
There you go. I
Okay.
forgot. Nga pala. Any greetings, final words, before we...
Yes, I really want to say thank you to Lulu, this beautiful lady that I met this time in Manila. And she came to my recital. We actually knew each other through Dr. Nimbuko. And yeah, she's a very elegant lady and understands music and appreciates arts. And yeah, I wish her all the best.
Thank you, Ryan.
Greetings to Laarni, who commented. I think greetings to all the people who watch, and you just keep on playing and enjoy music. Yeah.
Okay.
And of course, I want to thank Ming, who actually I managed to take him here.
Yeah, I'm your women tonight.
Thank you.
Yes, first of all, I would like to thank you for coming here, and I really learned so much from you, your experiences in music. Really, no matter where we are, no matter what life takes us or what career we will pursue, music is with us and will forever stays with us. So yes, thank you so much, Ming and Ryan, for being our talented guests this evening, and of course to Sir Jonathan, Sir Justin, Kira Jojo, Kira Brian, and of course the Radio Katipunan 87.9 FM and our listeners and viewers. So once again, I am Mary RJ Alicanta Max, your one and only RJ with love to the max.
Yan. At kami po'y talaga nagpapasalamat. Maraming salamat, which means thank you very much. Okay, in Ivatan, in Batanes, they say Dios mamahus.
And in Cebuano, we say daghang salamat.
Yes.
Manama Sarama.
Yes.
Thank you for having us here tonight.
And since this is still the love month, the Heart Month, February, we are going to end tonight's program with a video of Ming playing a Percy Granger arrangement of Love Walked In by Gershwin. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat.
It's time for The Music Class. Join us for an evening of learning music and appreciating the art behind every hum, tune, and beat. Listen to engaging performances and insights from some of the top and upcoming musicians in the scene today. Tune in every Tuesday evening here on The Music Class. Let the music class begin.